You are on Top Powder. One Europe Radio.
Stand up, get up. The echo of your voice and the heartbeats of your sound. Let your voice be heard and come join us at Top Powder.
Hello listeners, this is Michael from Talk Powder, and we have a very interesting guest. It's Zefanja. We will have some questions about skateboarding and why she has this passion for skateboarding. So hello, can you introduce yourself a little bit, Zefanja?
Hi, well, first of all, thank you for having me. I'm Zefanja and I'm 16 years old and I really like to skate.
Great. So first question: what made you like to skateboard? What did you see a program on TV, or did your brother skate, or what was the story behind your passion?
Well, I think it all started off with a penny board, which is basically a small plastic board which you can ride. It's like a cruiser. And I had one since I was like 12 years old, and I usually just skated it or rode it through the streets with my friends, and I would just ride it for hours. And you can't really do tricks on them, but it was really fun to just cruise around with my friends. And a few months later, one of my friends bought a skateboard, and I was already like interested in buying one, but I wasn't really familiar with it. I didn't really know what to think of it until one of my good friends bought it. I would just go with her and just learn new things. And the next day, I bought one myself. So that's kind of like how I got into skating. And
Great.
I already knew like a few of my friends skated. So that's kind of how I got introduced with skating.
Oh, good, because that's my next question. Actually, you stole my question now. But, so, one of your friends introduced you? Is he in your class or
Yeah,
on your school?
it's an old friend of mine. I don't really talk to her anymore, but it was a really good friend of mine, and she kind of like triggered me to buy a skateboard myself. So I think that she's like the person who introduced me to really getting into skating.
So, where did the passions grow? And then you bought your board, and then how did it develop?
Wow. I think the day I bought my board, I immediately got with the friend and we started to skate and watch some videos and just trying to figure everything out. And I saw that it was really fun to do, and it's so cool to go on a skateboard and see everyone doing these
Yeah.
tricks, and it inspires you to learn it. So I think the amount of fun I had while skating, I think that really made me want to continue with it.
Yeah, it looks so easy, but when
It
I
looks very
tried,
easy.
when I tried, it's hard to keep your balance. It's hard to keep your speed and how to steer the board
It
with your
is.
hips. I think with your
Yeah,
body.
yes.
This is also because I fall off the board sometimes because I was not experienced how to handle.
Yes.
Did you fell off and hurt yourself big time?
Um, well, is your friend. Falling is your friend with skating.
Ah, falling is your friend. That's good.
Falling is your friend. Yes, I fell a lot of times. I did get hurt a lot of times.
Yeah.
Not really big injuries, but like those small ones, like falling on your knees and your hands. And it's kind of like the thing with skating. It's that when you land one trick or you learn something new, you had 100 times where you failed and you got straight back up and tried it again.
Yeah.
So every time you accomplish something, a new trick or something, you have to fall 100 times until you get it. So yes, I did get hurt, and but I didn't really get that bad of an injury. I think
Oh, great.
the worst injury I had was falling on my elbows and my back and just really being sore the next day.
Oh, I'm so glad that
Yes,
happened all in small injuries or scratching their elbows and stuff like
yes,
that. Because sometimes you see these home videos with people and then they
yeah,
go on this rail and really smash very hard on the sidewalk. But
yes, yes.
what is your challenge when you are proud to accomplish what you have, the tricks that you do? Do you want to show off to your friends like, I
Um,
learned this one, I fought 100 times, but now I can do it finally. Please, people,
um,
watch my trick.
I don't really think that it's showing off, but I think that everything you want to learn is like a new challenge, and it can be small
Oh,
or a
so
really
well
big
said.
challenge for you. It kind of depends on what you're learning, but everything you have to learn is a challenge, and it's mostly a mental challenge, which you have to, you have to learn to
Practice.
just learn, yeah, practice new things.
Yeah.
And everything really is a challenge. Like you, of course, you have like the smaller tricks, like the easier things. But when you're a beginner, those things are a big challenge for you. So when you finally get to the point where you learn something new, I don't really think that it's showing off to your friends or anything, but just really being proud of yourself. Like, yes, I did this. At the beginning, I didn't really think I was gonna make it, but now I got it. So I think that's something you can really be proud of.
Because when I see professionals, they have to show off to the audience, to the public, like
Yeah.
they make money with it, big bucks.
Yes.
So they
Yes.
have to know their tricks very well. Okay, but that's another side of the professional side of skateboarding. What locations do you visit and why?
Well, luckily I have a few spots in my neighborhood. There's these two small skate parks, which I go very often. But there are two really big parks, and it's in Tilburg, and it's just a really big park, which you have like two pools and a
Oh,
pump track, and
nice.
you just go into the ground. Yeah, yeah. And there's also this indoor skate park, which is really big,
Oh, good.
and
Do you
you
have to
can
pay
just
for
learn
it?
so many. For Ladybird, yes, because it's
Mhm.
an indoor park, but for the other ones, no. But you can also just go out on the street and just ride it there. It's so easy to find a spot. You can actually learn skating everywhere. You don't really need a park.
Oh, great. And how often you do that? Weekly?
Um, well,
Daily?
it depends on mostly the weather.
Oh
Like
yeah,
in the winter,
that's
I
true.
won't go as fast as I would go in the summer. So in the summer, I would basically go almost every day when it's dry, and when it's a bit colder, it depends. But basically weekly, yes.
All right, that's cool.
Yes.
Huh? So you do
Yeah.
nice things. You're outdoors. You have a nice climate and you have freedom because I ride the motorbike, so I know what it is to
Yeah.
be outside and have nice ride. But is your board your baby now or your ride?
Wow. Is my baby? It kind of is sometimes.
Yeah,
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
because sometimes, yeah, I see my motorbike like, okay, it's a little bit a part of me. It brings me somewhere.
Yeah.
I enjoy the ride, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
Oh,
I
oh.
kind of have that feeling too.
Because when I heard your story to let us know your passion, and I heard about your skateboarding, it was like, hey, so the girls skateboard too.
It's
Is that right?
surprising. Yeah.
So, what does the majority react? What is the reaction on your presence then in the skate park or when they see you cruise? Like they whistle
Um.
at you, like, "Wow, you're a tough girl."
Um. How was the reaction? Well, it's firstly very welcoming. the skate community, which I know it's very welcoming. It's kind of
Oh, good.
sometimes it can be surprising, like they're like, oh my God, you're a girl and you skate, but
Hmm.
after that it's just, yeah, let's hang out together, let's skate together, let's learn new things. So it's very welcoming, you know.
Are there other girls then that skate and where you skate with?
Um, Not many. I know there are girls out there who skate, but the majority is boys. But there are many girls who actually like skating or already skate. So I think you know, they deserve the attention. Like most of the times it's just like, wow, it's a girl and she skates. It's not that surprising. Like girls like that too.
Yeah, why
Yeah,
not?
yeah,
Because you
yeah,
see girls on motorbikes as well, so
yeah,
that's logic.
exactly.
It's just the fun part that we like to enjoy. So, do you have a favorite skateboarder, a professional that you see? Wow, this guy is good or
Um,
girl.
let's see. Do I have a favorite skateboarder? Well, I think there are so
Oh,
many
are they?
amazing skateboarders. It's just insane. But I think one of my favorite skateboarders is Andy Anderson, which is a freestyle skateboarder, and just the things he does and how he does it, like his style of skating is just insane.
So he is paid to do this stuff, and he has a
Um,
YouTube
yeah,
channel
yeah.
and stuff
You
like
have
this.
you also have like sponsored skaters, which is just
Okay,
like
yeah.
I know skaters who go to my local skate park who are sponsored skaters, so they get paid or they get like
Really?
decks and
Wow.
stuff. Yeah, so
So you
it's
watch them closely, and you have questions. Do you ask them questions?
yeah,
Or
yeah,
good.
you can just they're really friendly. They're just the same, but sponsored.
Oh, good. So, are there competitions and do you attend or do you want to?
There are actually competitions, many actually. I don't attend. I'm not that good of a skater. Maybe if in the future, if I become better, I'll attend one. But you do have like it's called a game of skate, and it's just like a small competition between two or more people, and it's basically where you do a trick, and if the other ones can't do it, they get their first letter, like SKATE, until you have skate. And if you have the full word, you lose. So it's kind of like
All
a
right, it's
small
a funny
competition.
game.
Yeah.
And we didn't discuss the rules because when you're going in a pit and you have 4 or 5 people that want to go in the pit, do you have certain traffic rules inside the park, or how
Are
can
there any
I?
rules with skating? You don't really have like rules like how to skate or something, and that's kind of the thing. Like it's really free to do so, but there are like basic life rules which can be
Yeah,
used
maybe
in
like
many ways.
maybe I can define it a little bit. Let you have signs like, okay, do you go into the pit, or because
Oh
when
yeah.
5 people go at the same time, maybe they crash all wham together, and then they really have a pit fun.
Yeah. It's basically a lot of people stand there on a ramp on
Yeah.
the side, and
Hmm.
they will just kind of like look at each other and do you go
Yeah.
first or do I go first? And it's
Yeah.
basically like, yeah, you go, I'll go after, and it's just really
Okay, it's easy,
yeah,
easy
it's
going.
easy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not the first comes, the first goes, but it's like, okay, I'm ready,
yeah.
and
It's
then.
it's very it's very
Uh,
simple.
so, because I think you need condition also, physical strength to do this
Yeah.
daily and for hours practicing. How is that with you and with others?
Usually when I go skate, I'll usually go for like a few hours or something.
Hmm.
And um, skating is a sport, so it's
Yeah.
healthy, you know.
Yeah, it is.
You move a lot, you use your whole body, and
Yeah.
I think with every condition you can skate because you don't have to do these like hard things. You can stop whenever you want. But when you practice a lot, your health will evolve and become better, and it's
Become
also
better,
very,
yeah.
yeah, and it's also very fun. So
Because you know the feeling to write and yeah, to just have
yeah,
a good
absolutely.
atmosphere of yeah, having
Yeah,
fun.
it's so fun, and I think that's a really cool thing about skating. That skating is a sport, but because it's so fun to do, you kind of like forget like I'm training, I'm sporting, and like I'm just having fun, but it is healthy.
So you clean your head a little bit, like
Yeah, I think
uh,
it's very healthy,
relaxing in your
mentally,
head.
but also physically. Yes.
Because there was also a question that raised up in my mind for adrenaline. If you do high jumps or
Oh
uh,
yes.
deep deep falls into the what you say the pool, then
Yeah, the pool.
there's the risk to fall hard, but also the risk, yeah, I can do it, and then you have this rush in your head like, "Whoa, I made
Yes,
it!
yes,
Woo!"
it's literally amazing. Yeah, I remember
Like a rush in
when
your
when
head,
I
like
yeah,
adrenaline.
exactly. I remember when I first wanted to drop in. A friend of mine was going to learn me how to drop in, and I was
Yeah.
so scared. Still, I still find it really like
Mm.
scary when I stand on top of the ramp and I have to drop in. It's so scary, but now that I've done it a couple times, I know that I can do it. So I'm confident enough to know that I will make it. So when I do it, I just kind of like overcome that mental fear, and it
Yeah,
just feels great to be able to say to myself like, "See, you can do it. It's not
that's
that
right.
scary."
That's right. You can do it.
Yeah.
And do you have favorite skate videos from yourself, like that you want to present to others?
Um,
Man, this
for
is a funny.
myself.
Yeah, like you want to see it. Yeah, I did that. Like that. You can learn.
Mm,
Maybe it's like an exam. Like you look back and oh, I can improve this move or that move. It's like a little exam if you look back.
yeah, I do have like um not that many, but like a few small clips of myself,
Hmm.
and I watch them and I remember it, and I think to myself like, wow, remember you used to be so scared of it. It took you a while, but you got there, So it's something like I look back to, and I'm really proud of myself. So yeah, I do have like a few clips of myself which I really like.
So do you want others to see them as well?
Um, like it's not that
Do you want
I'm
to
like
share?
going around telling people, look at this, or
Mm,
but
no.
when I'm talking to someone about skating, I will show them because like
Yeah, just
it's
personal.
something
Yeah.
I like. Yeah.
Do you have future skate plans?
I actually do. I have like small tricks I want to learn, and eventually they'll become like harder ones. But first, I want to learn like the basic tricks like a kick flip, tray flip, that kind of stuff. And I just want to see where it leads, and um, which things I can do and I can't do. So I kind of want to see like how far can I go, what can I do, and which
Yeah.
tricks will be a next challenge for me. So yeah, I do got a lot of things I want to learn.
All right. And I wonder why people have a certain skateboard language or music or clothing. How
Ooh,
about that part?
um, I think that's a good question. I think that it's really cool to see in the skate community that there are so many different people and different characters and different music tastes and languages. And skating is just something that unites us. It unites us.
Mm,
So um, you do kind of have like, um, for example, like clothing. Um, you won't really see people skating in like skinny jeans, but it's mostly because it's just not practical. So
Yeah.
I think there kind of is the typical clothing style for skaters, but it's very diverse. And for music, it really depends on the person. So it's
Okay.
so many different things which are united through skating. So I think that's really cool.
All right. Thank you so much. Is there any tips do you want to give starters that think, wow, I'm
Um,
so encouraged and
any tips?
inspired by by this girl, Zefanja, and I really want to learn skating myself. Do you have some tips?
Yeah, I do actually have some tips. I think that the number one tip is as long as you have fun, it's great, you know. And if you're scared, um, just know that every skater around you is learning new things, and you have to do it together, you know. Support each
Yeah.
other, have respect for each other, help each other out there,
Hmm.
and just try to overcome that fear, especially mental, because physically you can do it, and if you can do it physically, you can eventually do it mentally. So that I think that's my tip.
Okay, thank you so much, Zefanja, for this beautiful interview and all the questions you have answered for the listeners. So
Yes,
goodbye.
thank
It
you for
was
having me.
hopefully we have another subject in a later stage. So
Yes.
listeners, this was Zefanja, the skateboarder. See you later, listeners, with another story. This was Talk Powder. Bye bye. So long. Have fun.
You are on top powder.